It is a wound in the crust of the earth, a testament to geological time etched by the patient, relentless force of the Colorado River. The Grand Canyon. Yet beneath its veneer of natural splendor, a story persists, a narrative of a place you are not meant to see, of a truth locked away in stone. High within its sheer, sun-scorched cliffs, a cave is said to exist, sealed for over a century, its location deliberately erased from every map, its entrance forbidden to all who might seek it. Whispers, carried on the dry desert wind, speak of what lies within. Artifacts of an impossible age, writings in an unknown tongue, and the silent, sleeping evidence of a civilization lost to time. Every inquiry, every attempt to penetrate the veil, has been met with a wall of official silence and impenetrable secrecy. The legend ignites in the year 1909 with a startling front-page article in the Arizona Gazette. It recounted the tale of an explorer, G.E. Kincaid, who, while navigating the turbulent waters of the Colorado, saw an anomaly high on the canyon wall, a fissure that defied the logic of erosion, an entrance hewn by hands long vanished. Scaling the precipice, he claimed to have entered a vast, subterranean citadel. What he described would challenge the very foundations of history. Gigantic statues, Beowulf-hardened copper weapons, crafted with an advanced metallurgy, lay untouched. And on the walls, a complex system of hieroglyphs, a language unknown to the Americas, told an epic story. Deeper still, he found chambers lined with solemn niches, each holding the mummified remains of beings of a forgotten lineage. The Gazette proclaimed that the Smithsonian Institution, the custodian of American history, was dispatching its finest archaeologists to investigate. The discovery, it declared, could rewrite the entire story of human presence on the continent. And then, nothing. The artifacts never appeared in any museum. The scientific reports were never published. The Smithsonian itself would later issue a flat denial, claiming no knowledge of Kincaid or his impossible underground city. The explorer himself dissolved into the mists of history, his existence becoming as spectral as the world he claimed to have found. One of the most spectacular discoveries ever reported was simply erased. This vanishing act is the enduring heart of the mystery. Was it a sensational hoax, or a truth so disruptive it had to be suppressed? While skeptics dismiss the tale, the canyon itself offers unsettling clues. It is a labyrinth of shadows, honeycombed with over 1,000 caves. The vast majority remain unexplored, and many are located in zones officially restricted by federal authorities. Hikers who stray into these forbidden areas are swiftly intercepted and turned back, often without coherent explanation. The indigenous traditions of the region offer a different kind of map. The Hopi and Zuni people speak not of discovering the canyon, but of emerging from it. Their most sacred stories are of Genesis, of ancestors ascending from great underworlds deep within the earth. Across the canyon walls, ancient petroglyphs depict strange, elongated figures with curious headdresses, beings that scholars debate. Are they mere spiritual symbols? Or are they a fragmented memory, a portrait of guides from a world below? Now, the cold, impartial eye of technology is peering into the canyon's forbidden depths. Using ground-penetrating LIDAR, researchers have scanned inaccessible sections of the rock. The data has revealed vast, anomalous cavities hidden within the cliffs, some so unnervingly geometric. The rock keeps its secrets, holding a silence as profound as the chasm itself. It leaves us to wonder what truths lie dormant in the deep, and whether we are searching for a lost chapter of our own history, or one that belongs to someone else entirely. Are they mere illusions of light and shadow, phantoms born of geology, waiting to deceive the eager eye? Or is something more profound being deliberately concealed? The restrictions, unyielding and absolute, remain a testament to the mystery. One of the most notorious of these forbidden zones lies near the turbulent confluence of the Colorado and the Little Colorado rivers, the precise geography where rumor places the sealed entrance to Kincaid's cave. Here, in this cathedral of stone, vast areas are declared strictly off-limits. Unmarked boundaries materialize from the landscape, their silent authority often warning hikers away long before any physical barrier is reached. Explorers who have pushed the limits speak in hushed tones of what they have seen: unnatural formations, entrances that appear to have been bricked over, camouflaged with a precision that blends stone and modern concrete into a seamless geological lie. The question echoes through the canyons. If nothing of consequence lies within, why employ such elaborate measures to hide it? For the world of mainstream archaeology, the implications are nothing short of explosive. Should even a single fragment of a verifiably Egyptian-style artifact be unearthed from this soil, it would shatter the bedrock of accepted history. It would serve as undeniable proof of transoceanic contact thousands of years before Columbus ever set sail. The carefully constructed timeline of human migration would crumble, revealing that civilizations we long believed to be isolated were, in fact, connected. A hidden network stretching across unforgiving oceans where ideas, technologies, and perhaps even people flowed between worlds we thought were strangers. Yet for others, the intense secrecy points not to a foreign import, but to a sacred, native truth. Perhaps the cave holds not a pharaoh's treasure, but something infinitely more vulnerable: holy sites of the region's indigenous peoples. Burial grounds where ancestral spirits rest, ceremonial chambers where the memory of a people is enshrined. A heritage that demands absolute protection from a curious and often destructive outside world. Even this solemn possibility, however, raises its own troubling paradox. Why erase the very record of the discoveries so completely? Why deny the story outright, rather than acknowledge its sanctity and stand as its official guardian? The Grand Canyon itself, a silent witness to millennia, remains mute. Yet, it continues to reveal new wonders, as if teasing humanity with the scale of what it still conceals. In the year 2023, researchers discovered fossilized footprints preserved on a slab of canyon rock, tracks left by creatures that walked this earth 313 million years ago, long before the first dinosaurs. They were evidence of an unimaginably ancient world, hidden in plain sight for eons, unnoticed until now. If a secret of that magnitude could lie undiscovered under the open sky, why not a subterranean complex buried just beyond our reach? Allow the mind to wander past that sealed doorway. Picture what might wait in the suffocating dark. Rows of statues, their stone faces looming in the eternal twilight. A silent hall of mummies, preserved not in desert sand, but in the cool, dry air of the American Southwest. Tools and artifacts that whisper of impossible journeys, of a civilization utterly lost to time. If this cave exists, It is not merely a discovery, it is a fundamental rewriting of the human story. This is precisely why the legend endures. Not because it has been proven, but because the canyon itself feels capable of keeping such a secret. Its impossible scale, its deep, swallowing shadows, its profound and ancient silence, all conspire to remind us of the vastness of our own ignorance. They suggest that perhaps the greatest, most astonishing chapter of human history is not yet written in our books, but is still sealed in stone, waiting. And so the question lingers, suspended in the dry desert air. Is the silence a guardian of a myth, or a warden of a truth so profound it would forever alter our place in the world? Thousands of miles from this chasm of stone in the New World, another puzzle looms across the sun-scorched sands of the Old. In Egypt, a different kind of enigma, just as ancient and just as confounding, challenges the very authorities who struggle to explain it. Beneath the shifting sands of Saqqara, a silent world waits. Here, miles of subterranean tunnels cut through the bedrock, a vast and chilling necropolis carved from the earth itself. This is the Serapeum, and within its labyrinthine darkness lies an enigma that challenges our understanding of the ancient world. Scattered through this underground domain are 25 monolithic chambers, each housing a colossal granite box. To call them each weighs upwards of 100 tons, a mass equivalent to a modern locomotive, hewn not from assembled slabs, but from a single solid block of Aswan granite. The raw stone, before being hollowed, would have tipped the scales at over 200 tons. The very choice of material is a declaration of mastery. Granite is an unforgiving medium, a crystalline fortress of quartz and feldspar that resists all but the most determined efforts. Today, to create such a box, we would quarry 5 separate slabs, a floor and 4 walls, and bolt them together. It is the pragmatic, logical solution. The builders of the Serapeum rejected this entirely. Theirs was a far more profound and arduous path, to find a flawless, house-sized boulder and then, with unimaginable effort, to hollow it out from the inside. This is where the mystery deepens, moving from a question of brute force to one of inexplicable finesse. Within these subterranean vaults, some in areas rarely seen, off-limits to the casual visitor, the precision is breathtaking. The interior corners are cut to a perfect 90 degrees. The vast, flat surfaces, some stretching over 11 feet, maintain their geometry with a tolerance that seems to mock the passage of millennia. When the multi-ton lids are placed upon them, the seal is nearly perfect, a seamless interface between 2 massive polished planes. To achieve this is a staggering feat of engineering. Maintaining such precise geometry over such a large area, without the aid of modern lasers or computer-milled guides, presents a fundamental paradox. Every cut, every moment of abrasion had to be perfect. There was no room for error. A single miscalculation would have rendered months, perhaps years of labor utterly worthless, a 100-ton monument to failure. How does one carve and polish the inside of a granite box to a mirror finish, achieving perfect right angles in the suffocating darkness with tools we believe were made of copper and stone? The orthodox explanation holds that these were the tombs for the sacred Apis bulls, physical manifestations of the god Ptah. Yet the sheer scale and precision seem to defy the purpose. The engineering is an order of magnitude beyond what would be required for a burial, however sacred. It suggests a different priority, a different understanding of science and materiality. The boxes themselves are the message. They are instruments of precision, silent testaments to a technology or a technique that has been lost to the winds of time. They do not speak of gods or kings in their inscriptions, for most are starkly, unnervingly bare. Instead, they speak of a capacity, a mastery of the physical world so absolute that it borders on the supernatural. They remain not as answers, but as a question carved in stone, waiting in the eternal quiet for a generation that can finally comprehend their meaning. Deep within the earth, a conundrum is carved in stone. How were these colossal granite boxes hollowed with an accuracy that rivals modern machinery? The unyielding material itself presents the first challenge. The tools officially credited to their builders, primitive copper chisels and stone pounders, would shatter against such a task. Yet the mystery deepens upon inspection. The interior walls maintain a near-perfect uniform thickness, a feat demanding advanced metrology and a profound understanding of stone mechanics. This level of precision is an island in the sea of dynastic Egyptian craftsmanship, a standard of work unparalleled in any other known artifact from the era. Conventional explanations crumble against the sheer reality of these objects, leaving us to confront not just immense labor, but the ghost of a technology we cannot replicate and a knowledge we have yet to rediscover.